Most traders don't lose because they were wrong about the market. They lose because they couldn't hold on when they were right. Let that sink in for a moment. Profits were in their hands, and they still walked away empty. Not because the market took their money, but because their mind did. Before we go any further, answer this in the comments. Have you ever exited a winning trade, only to watch it explode in your direction right after you closed? Say yes if it has happened to you. Because if it has, this message is for you. Here's the uncomfortable truth most traders avoid. If this topic makes you uneasy, it's because it exposes your biggest flaw. You don't know how to hold a winner. Traders worship entries. They obsess over timing, indicators, confirmations, and fear missing the move. They spend hours searching for the perfect setup. Yet when they finally catch one, they suffocate the trade before it ever breathes. They cut the flower and water the weeds, and they justify it with logic. It's better to take something than lose everything. It might reverse. I'll secure the profit now. But the truth is far more brutal. Most traders aren't securing profit. They're trading out of fear, not discipline. Jesse Livermore understood this better than anyone. He made his fortune not by entering the right trade, but by having the courage to sit through the right one. He built empires not from frequent small wins, but from the few trades he held long enough to become life-changing. He said, "It was never my thinking that made the big money, it was my sitting." And that single sentence has destroyed more ego than any loss ever could. Now, here's where this message becomes personal, because this isn't just theory. The failure to hold winning trades is the invisible disease infecting 95% of traders, and most don't even realize they have it. They blame the strategy. They blame volatility. They blame the market. But the parasite lives within them, fear of losing what's already gained, fear of watching profit evaporate, fear of being wrong after being right. This fear is disguised as smart risk management, yet it silently kills the very profits that could change a trader's life. And until a trader confronts this weakness, truly confronts it, they will never escape the cycle of small gains and big regrets. As we move forward, I want you to carry one uncomfortable thought. If you can't sit on a winning trade, you'll never sit at the table of successful traders, because holding winners is not a skill. It's a psychological war. In the next section, we're going to expose the internal conflict that traders face the moment a trade goes green. The battlefield, inside the mind where most accounts die long before the market ever touches their stop. A strange thing happens the moment a trade turns profitable. The fear that controlled you before entering doesn't disappear. It mutates. It transforms into a new enemy, one far more deceptive, far more persuasive, and far more dangerous to your success. Comment below before you hear this truth. What emotion hits you first when your trade goes into profit? Confidence or fear of losing it? Because here is the psychological paradox every trader faces but almost none master. When a trade is losing, the mind begs you to hold on. When a trade is winning, the mind begs you to get out. It doesn't make sense, yet you've lived it. Lose? Wait, it will come back. Win? Take it now, before it disappears. If this stings, good, because the truth isn't meant to comfort you. It's meant to expose you. Inside every trader exists two voices. One whispers, "Let it run." This could be the trade that finally changes everything. The other screams, "Don't be stupid. Take the money before it slips away." And most traders listen to the second voice, not because it's right, but because it's louder. This is the internal conflict that Livermore studied with ruthless honesty. The world teaches take profit, but Livermore learned the world was wrong. He realized that the market rewards patience when you are right, not panic. Think of it like this. The moment a position moves into profit, two fears collide. Fear number one, fear of losing the profit you just earned. This is the fear most traders obey. It convinces them that locking in a small win is smart. But small wins don't build empires. They feed mediocrity. Fear number 2. Fear of missing a larger move. This fear whispers quietly under the surface. You feel it. You sense the potential of the trade. Yet you strangle it, because the first fear dominates. Jesse Livermore understood this paradox deeply. He observed that the market rarely rewards those who exit early. He discovered that the greatest profits do not come at the beginning of a move, but in the middle and end, when the trend becomes undeniable to the crowd, and too late for them to capitalize. But here's the real tragedy, and you may recognize yourself in this. Most traders don't exit early because of skill. They exit early because they cannot emotionally handle being right. Holding a winner forces you to face uncomfortable emotions. Uncertainty, greed, pressure, temptation, hope, fear. It's easier to cash out early and feel safe than to endure the emotional chaos required to hold for maximum gain. Yet that safety comes with a hidden cost. It keeps you poor. Livermore noticed that every trader wants to win, but very few want to face the internal suffering required to win big. They dream of millionaire trades, yet act like nervous gamblers, scooping pennies off the table before the real move even begins. Ask yourself and say the answer out loud. Do you want to feel comfortable? Or do you want to grow your capital? Because you cannot have both. In the next section, we'll expose the psychological trap that forces traders to sabotage their biggest winners. The mental pattern responsible for turning potential life-changing trades into pocket change. When you see it clearly, you'll understand why so many traders stay stuck, and why so few ever hold long enough to taste real profit. There is a silent trap waiting for every trader the moment their position goes green. It doesn't come from the market. It comes from your own mind, and it has only one mission: to convince you to destroy your winning trade before it becomes great. Before we go deeper, answer this honestly in the comments. Have you ever taken profit, felt relief, then felt sick when the trade kept running without you? If yes, then what you're about to hear will hit you harder than any loss, because it reveals the truth behind that behavior. Here is the psychological trap that ruins traders. The brain values the emotion of not losing more than the reality of winning. Read that again. Your brain is not designed for wealth. It is wired for survival, and survival thinking is the enemy of profitable trading. This is the uncomfortable truth. Most traders don't exit winners because of strategy. They exit because of fear. Fear of watching profit vanish. Fear of being wrong after being right. Fear of regret. This fear disguises itself as discipline, smart risk management, or locking in gains. But in reality, it is a self-sabotaging defense mechanism. Livermore exposed this trap over a century ago. Men who can be right and sit tight are uncommon. He didn't say men who are right. Many traders are right. He didn't say men who sit. Many traders hold losing trades. He said men who are right and sit tight, because that combination is rare and powerful. Here's the paradox that destroys traders. When losing, traders hold because they hope. When winning, traders exit because they fear. Hope in losses, fear in profits. The exact opposite of what creates success. It's not lack of knowledge, it's not lack of skill, it's not lack of strategy. It's psychological inversion. The brain, reacting backwards to what the situation requires. This trap forms a destructive pattern. Enter trade with excitement, trade. Goes green, anxiety increases, close early for emotional relief, miss full move, feel regret, repeat. Cycle. The trader becomes addicted not to profit, but to the emotional relief of exiting. Relief becomes the reward, not growth. This is why many traders stay stuck for years. They never allow their winners to grow enough to compensate for losses. They clip their own wings every time they begin to fly. Imagine a trader using a 1.3 risk-reward strategy. Iffy. They always exit at 1-1 because of fear. The entire system collapses. The edge disappears, not because the strategy failed, but because the trader did. Livermore watched traders sabotage themselves over and over. He said the difference between the poor trader and the great one was simple. The big money is not in the individual fluctuations, but in the main movements. In other words, your future wealth depends on your ability to hold the right trades long enough for them to mature. But how does a trader escape this trap? How do you hold a winner when your brain is screaming at you to get out? To answer that, we must step into the mindset that allowed Jesse Livermore to sit through massive moves. The mindset that separates average traders from legends. In the next section, we explore how Livermore viewed this struggle and the mental shift he used to overcome the fear that kills profits. Jesse Livermore didn't become a market legend because he picked extraordinary stocks. Thousands of traders picked the same stocks he did. The difference, the part almost no one studies deeply enough, is how he thought once he was in a winning position. Livermore understood something most traders still refuse to accept. Getting in is easy. Sitting tight is the real test. Before we continue, answer this in the comments. Do you believe holding a winning trade is harder than entering it? Yes or no? Because what Livermore discovered was brutally simple. Your success in the market is determined far more by how you behave when you're right than by how you react when you're wrong. Most traders obsess over entries. Livermore obsessed over trend maturity. He didn't care if a trade went in his favor immediately. He cared if it had the potential to become a major move. He saw the market through a different lens, not as a battlefield of price, but as a test of human nature. First, a good trade should prove itself, and then reward you for staying. Livermore believed the market must confirm your position. If a trade is truly right, it should move quickly in your favor, and the trend should strengthen, not weaken. Once that proof was visible, his job shifted from analysis to discipline. Second, the big money comes from trend, not timing. He didn't try to capture the bottom and sell the top. He aimed for the heart of the move, the moment when public recognition fuels the trend. Further, he knew early profits were just the beginning, not the reward. Third, emotions must be isolated from the trade. Livermore viewed holding a winning position as a spiritual battle. The moment you tie your self-worth to the open profit, you lose clarity. He said traders must detach themselves from the temporary fluctuations, or the market would tear them apart emotionally. He understood the market's trick. It gives you small profits early to bait you into exiting before the real move starts. Fourth, the market offers 1 or 2 great trades a year, and those are the ones that matter. Livermore didn't need 100 great trades. He needed a few extraordinary ones, held long enough to transform his fortune. He knew single well-held position could do more for your wealth than 50 perfectly timed entries exited too early. But here's the real insight that modern traders miss. Livermore didn't hold winners because he was fearless. He held them because he had rules to protect him from himself. He built a mental framework that made sitting tight not just possible, but profitable and logical. He treated a winning trade like a growing child. It needed time, space, and protection, not interference. Livermore believed that once the market confirmed his direction, his primary job was to stay out of the way and let the trend pay him. And this is where most traders fail today. They enter like Livermore, but they exit like amateurs. The mind interferes. The hand clicks the button, and the opportunity dies prematurely. The question now becomes, how did Livermore transform holding winners from a painful emotional struggle into a disciplined system that created massive fortunes? To answer that, we must step into a moment, a real event where Livermore applied this principle. A moment where holding, not entering, made him a legend. In the next section, we will revisit a powerful scene from Livermore's Trading Life that reveals how sitting tight turned an ordinary trade into a historic one. Some lessons are learned through books. Others are earned through pain, discipline, and a moment that tests everything you believe about the market. For Jesse Livermore, one such moment came early in his Wall Street career. A moment that transformed his understanding of profits forever. Before we begin this scene, comment below with one word: scene, if you want more story-based episodes like this. Picture this. Livermore had just taken a position that moved in his favor. Not a massive move. Just enough to tempt him with an early profit. The kind of gain most traders today would close instantly. To be safe. He watched the price rise, then pull back, then rise again. Each fluctuation pulling at his instincts. Every tick tested his discipline. The old Jesse, the bucket shop Jesse, would have taken the money. But something inside him whispered, if your judgment was correct when you entered, why would you doubt it now that the market is proving you right? This was the turning point. He had seen countless traders sell too early, only to watch the stock continue soaring without them. He realized they weren't protecting profit. They were protecting their fear. So this time, he made a different decision. He held. Hours turned into days. The trend strengthened, and the stock climbed with growing momentum. The public began noticing. Headlines emerged. The very people who mocked the early move were now desperate to join it. Livermore's unrealized profit turned from small to significant to life-changing, and this is where the real battle began. Not with the market, but with himself. His mind taunted him. Take the profit. You'll never go broke cashing in. You're up more than most traders make in a month. Secure it. If this feels familiar, that's because every trader faces this inner war. But Livermore stayed with the trend. Not blindly, but with disciplined observation and rules guiding him. He had discovered the power of trend confirmation, the moment when the market proves that your position is aligned with the larger movement. And once that proof exists, exiting early is not caution, it's sabotage. The stock continued its ascent until the trend showed exhaustion. Not noise, not fear, not a minor pullback, but genuine weakening. Only then did he exit. That trade did not just make him money, it made him a new trader. Here was the lesson that branded itself into his philosophy. The big money is not in the buying and the selling, but in the waiting. This experience reshaped the core of his strategy. Forever, he learned that a trader's true wealth comes not from being right often, but from maximizing the rare moments when they are right. Most traders earn their profit and then destroy its future by exiting. Early, Livermore learned to protect the growth of a winner, the same way a farmer protects a crop until harvest, not cutting it the moment it sprouts. The emotional rush of watching profit grow, the fear of watching it shrink for a moment, the struggle between impulse and wisdom, he lived it and overcame it. And because he did, that single trade made him more than all his previous trades combined. This was the birth of his philosophy of sitting tight. But for many traders, this is where they fail, because they never reach the point where sitting becomes possible. They cut the trade long before the trend develops enough to reward them. In the next section, we will face the emotional crash, the painful truth of what happens when a trader exits early and watches the market run without them. A moment every trader remembers and regrets. There is a specific kind of pain in trading that cuts deeper than any loss ever could. It's not the pain of being wrong. It's the pain of being right too early and leaving too soon. If you've ever closed a winning trade, felt proud for a moment, and then watched the market explode in your original direction without you, you know this pain. It doesn't hit your account, it hits your soul. Before we go deeper, comment one word if you felt it. Regret. Because this is the moment that haunts traders at night. The moment that creates doubt, self-hatred, and emotional collapse. You stare at the chart and replay the decision like a crime scene. Your exit, which felt so smart, so safe, so logical, now feels like betrayal. You didn't lose money, but you lost the opportunity of a lifetime. Here's the confrontation you need to hear. The regret of exiting a winner too early lasts longer than the pain of taking a loss. If this hurts, good, because it means the truth finally reached you. A loss teaches, a missed fortune haunts. This is the emotional crash that destroys traders mentally. You exit early for a safe profit. The trade skyrockets without you, you feel foolish, then angry, then desperate. You chase the move. You re-enter at a worse price. The trend pulls back. You lose. The lesson scars you. This cycle is how traders burn their confidence, not through losing trades, but through mismanaged winning ones. And here is the darkest part. Most traders repeat this exact cycle hundreds of times before they admit the enemy isn't the market. It's their inability to hold. You may think the pain comes from the missed profit. It doesn't. It comes from the identity damage. You start questioning your discipline, your skill, your ability to ever succeed in the market. One early exit starts a chain reaction. You doubt your strategy, you fear holding the next winner. You develop a pattern of small profits and large regrets. You settle for crumbs while others feast. This emotional crash is why most never become consistently profitable, because if you cannot mentally survive the discomfort of sitting in a winning trade, the market will never reward you with a big one. Livermore understood that the emotional crash wasn't accidental. It was part of the market's psychological test. The market whispers, "Take the money now, before I take it away," and most traders obey. But the market is not trying to save you. It is trying to measure your emotional endurance. The truth is brutal. The universe will keep repeating this test until you learn the lesson, or quit the game. If you're still here, if you're still listening, then you're not someone who wants small wins. You want transformation. You want the type of trade that changes your account, your confidence, and your future. But wanting it isn't enough. You must earn it, the way Livermore did. To do that, you need a breakthrough rule, a way to control yourself when profit begins to grow, a way to silence the panic inside you, a way to hold long enough to let the market pay you fully. In the next section, we will break down Livermore's core principle that allowed him to hold winning trades with conviction. The principle that separated him from the crowd and turned good trades into legendary ones. Most traders think the secret to holding winners is courage. They believe it's about being fearless, bold, confident, or emotionally strong. Livermore knew better. He discovered a principle so simple, yet so powerful, that it became the foundation of every major fortune he ever made. Before I reveal it, comment below with one word: rule. If you want more episodes breaking down Livermore's original rules exactly like this. Now listen carefully, because this is the turning point. Livermore's breakthrough rule: increase your position only when the market proves you right, and never reduce it just to take profit. In other words, he rewarded strength, not fear, and he never punished his winning trades for doing what they were supposed to do: make money. This single mental shift separated him from the masses. Most traders do the opposite. When a trade is losing, they add to it. When a trade is winning, they cut it. Livermore called this insanity disguised as logic. He believed that once the market confirms your judgment, you must treat the trade like a valuable asset, something to be protected, grown, and respected. Here's how Livermore implemented this rule. Let the market confirm. Strength first. Never assumed a trade would become great. He waited for price action to validate his bias. A winning trade had to show persistence, not just a spike, but a trend. Once the market proved him right, only then would he give the position space to grow. Raise the stop, not reduce the position to hold with less fear. Livermore used structure. He would trail his stop behind key price levels, not to choke the trade, but to protect it while allowing it room to expand. This transformed holding from an emotional battle into a mechanical discipline. Add to winners, never to losers. Livermore believed the only time to increase exposure was when the market paid you for being right. Each ad was a reward from the trend, not a hope-based gamble. If the trend strengthened, he built the position like a staircase. If the trend weakened, he locked in without sabotaging the trade prematurely. Do nothing. During normal pullbacks, he understood something retail traders still fail to learn. Winners don't move in straight lines. Pullbacks aren't danger. They're fuel. He held through normal retracements because he trusted the trend more than his emotions. Exit only when the trend breaks, not when emotion peaks. Livermore didn't exit because he felt nervous. He exited because the reason for the trade was gone. The trend, not his fear, made the decision. This is the part that will challenge you deeply. If you cannot trust a winning trade, you don't deserve a big win. If that hurts, it's because a part of you knows it's true. Livermore turned holding into a system, not a feeling. And once he had rules, holding winners became easier than exiting them. He didn't sit tight because he was fearless. He sat tight because he was prepared. And now that you understand the rule, it's time to apply it to modern markets. Crypto, Forex, stocks, indices, all of it, because the market has changed. But human psychology has not. In the next section, I will show you how modern traders can apply Livermore's principle today, even in fast, volatile markets, and finally hold winners long enough to reach maximum profit potential. The markets have evolved. Screens replaced ticker tape, algorithms replaced floor traders, and news travels faster than rational thought. But the greatest enemy of the trader hasn't changed at all. It is still the mind, and this is why Livermore's rule for holding winning trades is not outdated. It is more valuable today than ever before. Before we break this down into steps, comment below with one word: apply. If you want more breakdowns on how to implement Livermore's principles in modern trading. Because here's the truth. Most retail traders are not losing to volatility, manipulation, hedge funds, or smart money. They are losing to impatience, insecurity, and emotional weakness. If that feels harsh, it should, because the truth is the only thing that can free you. Today's trading world makes holding winners harder than it was in Livermore's era. Charts update by the second. You can see every tick move. Social media fuels doubt. FOMO screams constantly. Fear spreads instantly. The modern trader is drowning in noise, but noise only controls those with no structure. To apply Livermore's principle today, here's the step-by-step implementation that transforms holding from emotional torture into strategic discipline. Step 1. Enter only trades with expansion potential. If a trade doesn't have the potential to become big, you won't hold it. Stop taking trades that can't run. Only take trades that deserve to be held. Ask yourself before entry: can this move 3 to 5x my risk, realistically? If the answer is no, skip it. Step 2. Set a decision line. Livermore never believed in fixed take-profit targets. He believed in trend continuation until proven otherwise. Identify the structure. A. Higher low in an uptrend. A. Lower high in a downtrend. Your exit is not a number. It's a trend break. Step 3. Lock in structure, not emotion. Move your stop only when new structure confirms strength. Never move it because you feel uncomfortable. Structure protects the trade. Emotion destroys it. Step 4. Expect pullbacks. Do not panic. Modern traders mistake normal pullbacks for danger. Livermore saw them as the trend catching breath before continuation. Train your mind for this pattern. Up, pullback, higher up down, bounce, lower down. If you don't expect pullbacks, you will exit every winner prematurely. Step 5. Scale out. Only if it strengthens the hold if needed. Take a partial to calm the mind, but only if doing so helps you hold the rest longer. Most traders scale out to feel safe. Livermore scaled in when the trend proved itself. If scaling out weakens your conviction, don't do it. Step 6. Exit only. When the reason dies, a trade should end because the trend ended, not because your comfort ended. Ask yourself at exit, has the trend broken, or has my courage broken? One of these exits you with profit. The other exits you with regret. This is how modern traders honor Livermore's principle. Build the position with confirmation. Hold with structure, not emotion. Exit only when the trend dies. If you apply this system, something remarkable happens. You will begin to experience the rare, powerful, account-changing trades the majority never hold long enough to taste. And once you taste that kind of victory, you will never again settle for scraps. Now that you understand how to apply the rule, it is time to embed the final lesson into your identity. The mindset that turns this principle into unbreakable discipline, because information isn't enough. Only transformation matters. There comes a moment in every trader's journey when the market stops being a puzzle and becomes a mirror that shows you not your strategy, not your technical skill, not your knowledge, but your discipline, your patience, your truth, because in the end, trading success is not built by how often you are right, but by how well you hold the trades that prove you right. Before you hear this final message, leave one word in the comments: hold. If you understand that holding winners is the true gateway to trading freedom. Let me leave you with the truth most traders never accept. You will not become successful by collecting small wins. You will not build wealth by securing profits early. You will not separate yourself from the masses by playing safe. You rise in this game when you develop the courage to let greatness grow. The market is designed to test that courage. It will flash your profit, then threaten it, then tempt you to betray it. It will whisper fear into your ear and doubt into your mind. Most traders fold under that pressure. The few who don't, those are the ones the market rewards beyond imagination. Livermore understood that the market doesn't pay you for entering trades, it pays you for enduring them. The difference between the trader who survives and the trader who succeeds is simple. One exits for relief, the other holds for destiny. And destiny only belongs to those who wait long enough to meet it. You have a choice from this moment forward. Continue closing winners like a fearful beginner, or learn to sit tight like a future market legend. The next time your trade goes deep into profit and your finger is trembling over that close button, remember this voice, remember this lesson, and remember the regret you vowed to never feel again. Hold your winners with structure, hold them with principle, hold them with conviction. Because if you don't learn to hold what's right, you will never hold what's great. Now, I want to hear from you. What part of this message hit you the hardest? Comment below. Your answer may inspire the next trader who needs this truth. If you found value in this video, like it so more traders see it. And subscribe if you want more of Jesse Livermore's timeless principles brought to life for the modern era. This is not motivation. This is market survival wisdom, forged in fear, discipline, and pain. Stay disciplined. Stay patient. And when the market proves you right, sit tight.